The crow crashed through the top of the massive oak, and Stephen's head jerked up, reflexively. When he saw it was only a bird, he relaxed. His eyes dropped to the limp white form in his hands, and he felt his face twist in regret. He hadn't meant to kill it. He would have hunted something larger than a rabbit if he'd known how hungry he was, but of course, that was the very thing that frightened him, never knowing how strong the hunger would be, or what he might have to do to satisfy it. He was lucky that this time he'd only killed a rabbit. He stood beneath the ancient oak trees, sunlight filtering down onto his curly hair. In jeans and t-shirt, Stephen Salvatore looked exactly like a normal high school student. He wasn't. Deep in the woods where no one would see him, he'd come to feed. Now he licked at his gums and lips painstakingly to make sure there was no stain on them. He didn't want to take any chances. This masquerade was going to be hard enough to pull off as it was. For a moment he wondered again if he should just give it all up. Perhaps he should go back to Italy, back to his hiding place. What made him think that he could rejoin the world of daylight? But he was tired of living in shadows. He was tired of the darkness and of the things that lived in it. Most of all, he was tired of being alone. He wasn't sure why he'd chosen Fells Church, Virginia. It was a young town by his standards. The oldest buildings had been put up a century and a half ago, but memories and ghosts of the Civil War still lived here, as real as the supermarkets and fast food joints. Stephen appreciated respect for the past. He thought he might come to like the people of Fells Church, and perhaps, just perhaps, he might find a place among them. He'd never be completely accepted, of course. A bitter smile curved his lips at the idea. He knew better than to hope for that. There would never be a place where he could belong completely, where he could truly be himself, unless he chose to belong to the shadows. He slapped the thought away. He renounced the darkness. He'd left the shadows behind him. He was blotting all those long years out and starting afresh, today. Stephen realized he was still holding the rabbit. Gently he laid it down on the bed of brown oak leaves, far away, too far for human ears to pick up. He recognized the noises of a fox. "Come along, brother hunter," he thought sadly. "Your breakfast is waiting." As he slung his jacket over his shoulder, he noticed the crow that had disturbed him earlier. It was still perched on the oak tree, and it seemed to be watching him. There was no wrongness about it. He started to send a probing thought towards it to examine the bird, and stopped himself. "Remember your promise," he thought. "You don't use your powers unless it's absolutely necessary, not unless there is no other choice." Moving almost silently among the dead leaves and dry twigs, he made his way towards the edge of the woods. His car was parked there. He glanced back once and saw that the crow had left the branches and dropped down on the rabbit. There was something sinister in the way it spread its wings over the limp white body, something sinister and triumphant. Stephen's throat tightened, and he almost strode back to chase the bird away. Still, it had as much right to eat as the fox did, he told himself. As much right as he did. If he encountered the bird again, he'd look into its mind, he decided. Just now, he tore his eyes from the sight of it and hurried on through the woods, jaw set. He didn't want to be late arriving at Robert E. Lee High School.